In this video, we're going to be looking at how do you create a standard form for linear equations. So there are two types of forms that we typically look at when we're writing linear equations. There is the slope-intercept form, which is the y mx plus b, which is the typical one that you want to write linear equations in. But there is also standard form, and I'm going to introduce you standard form because later on we're going to use it quite heavily when we're doing systems of equations. So just to kind of slowly progress you into what it is a standard form. So standard form essentially is where the x and y's are written on one side, usually the left-hand side, and then the right-hand side is just the constant. So this a, b, and c are representing coefficients or constants, and what they are typically in is integers. So integers means that they could be negative or positive numbers, but they're whole numbers. So like -1 or +1, but not like -1.5. So in this case, integers, just keep in mind they can't be fractioned, which is usually the issue that you see in standard form, is that if it is in fraction form, it's probably not quite in standard form yet. So what we're going to do is I have a fraction in this slope-intercept form, and we're going to change it to standard form. And to do this, what you do first is you try to move the x to the other side. Just like you have it here, you want to try to get all the x's to one side, all the x's and y's to one side. So I got to move this guy first. So I'm going to subtract over negative 1/2 x to both sides. So that would leave me with y minus 1/2 x equals -2. So I've gotten rid of the x so I can move it to the other side. So here it is. Now the x's are and the y's are all on one side. The only issue is that this x here has a coefficient of 1/2 and it needs to be an integer. So to get rid of fractions, one way we do this is to multiply by whatever the denominator's number is to everything in the equation. So if this denominator is 2, we're going to multiply the entire thing by 2. So this y gets a 2, the x gets a 2, and the other -2 on the other side gets a 2. The reason why you want to do this is if you're changing one thing in the equation, you have to change everything. So if you're multiplying something in the equation by that number, you have to multiply every term by that number. So in this case, if I have 2 times y, I get 2y. If I multiply 2 with 1/2, the 2 cancel each other out because that 2 is in the denominator. And so all I'm left with is -1. So this minus sign and 1 carries down along with the x. And then 2 times -2 is -4. And now when I look at this, all of these are now integers, right? All of the coefficients here are integers. And the x's and y's are on this side and the constants on the right-hand side. So this is now in standard form. That's it, guys. Hopefully that helps you a little bit with rewriting slope-intercept form to standard form, but that's how you do it. Bye, guys.